Welcome on back to Skippers. Today I have 4 must-add players for your fantasy baseball teams for Week 8. The video is brought to you by So Rare MLB. Do not forget to subscribe. Join the Discord. Let's get into the 4 players. First one, Lamont Wade Jr. of the Giants. First base, outfield eligibility, 28% rostered. So far this season, he's hitting .271, 7 home runs, 15 runs batted in, a stolen base, and an OPS of .934. Over the last month, Lamont Wade Jr. is hitting .293, 6 home runs, 12 RBIs, and an OPS of .987. What makes him so valuable besides the production is the fact that they have him slotted in the leadoff spot or 3 slot every time he's played, at least for the last 10 days. His numbers and expected stats are great. He has a WOBA and an ex-WOBA in the top 2% in all of baseball. His weighted runs created plus of 162 and F4 have almost surpassed any of the other full seasons already at 1.4. He's added some incredible plate discipline, raising his walk rate by 9 percentage points from last season, putting him in the top 1% in all of baseball. Wade's zone contact percentage is even below his career average at 86.2% while running a 100th percentile chase rate. He's a super valuable player who isn't nearly rostered enough in fantasy baseball. His expected slug, barrel percentage, and whiff percentage are all in the top 15% of the league, and he is not missing fastballs. A pitch he sees nearly 40% of the time. Wade is hitting .359 against them and a crazy .467 against sliders. As he continues to produce at the top of this lineup and he has this many opportunities, I think this is a big time pickup and something that you could very well roster for the rest of the season. I like what Lamont Wade Jr. has done this season, and again, last year, very similar. As long as he is healthy and on the field, he is a pretty productive major league player. So I'm picking up Lamont Wade Jr. Second player, we go to the rookies and Matt McLean of the Reds. He is 42% rostered. He's played 2 games. He's hitting .250, has a run batted in, batting average of balls and playing .500, and his weighted runs created plus is 90. Obviously not a big sample size at all. He was the Reds' first round pick in 2021 out of UCLA, and he finally got the call up to the big leagues in their series against the Rockies this week, and he was slotted in the 2-hole both of the games he played. It was very hard to ignore what McLean had done in AAA this season, as he had 12 home runs, 10 stolen bases, and a weighted runs created plus of 193 and WOBA of 498 in only 38 games. The power and speed combo is always something you look for in fantasy baseball, and for now, you should be taking the chance on Matt McLean. He's going to get the majority of the starts for the Reds at shortstop and should slot in for some starts at second base as well. The concern for McLean may be that the strikeout rate comes back to bite him. In his age 22 year at AA, he had a strikeout rate of 28.1%, but that went to 19.7% so far this season. Even if he's going to strike out close to a 30% rate, as long as he can hit for power in that hitter-friendly ballpark, that is Great American Ballpark, and he can run wild on the bases, he'll be an above-average major league player for the rest of the season. If you're close to the bottom of some of your leagues, you need to find some upside on the wire. Like, you're not going to have some platoon guys that aren't very good. They're not going to take you out of the basement. You need some guys with some high upside, or you need to be making some trades. This is a great guy that if he's on your wire, you should try to acquire to see if he gets hot, and he's great for the rest of the season. Matt McLean of the Reds. Third player this week is Josh Naylor of the Guardians. First base, outfield, I believe, eligibility, 35% rostered. So far this year, he's hitting .219, 6 home runs, 26 runs batted in, 3 stolen bases, but a weighted runs created plus of only 76. I know he is dealing with a leg issue right now, but that could all be resolved if he's in the lineup tonight like he's supposed to be against the Mets. Over the last 2 weeks, Naylor's 8 for 31 with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a stolen base, and has an OPS of 884. A year after having a weighted runs created plus of 117, Naylor struggled in the first month of this season. His weighted runs created plus was only 63. But in May, those weighted runs created plus went way up to 102. Naylor is running a super low batting average of balls in play of only .220 so far this season, while running the highest barrel percentage of his career. Although his batting average is .219, his expected batting average sits at a healthy .290. He has a hard hit percentage, ex-WOBA, ex-slug, and whiff percentage all over the 75th percentile. Naylor has the lowest ground ball rate of his career to this point and is pulling the ball on par with his numbers from last season. He's running the best zone contacts percentage of his career at 88.7%, which is really good for a guy with his power potential. We saw Naylor get hot at the end of last week, and as long as the leg injury doesn't send him to the IL, we should see his production increase in a big way when he is back. And the last guy is a pitcher, Matthew Liberator of the Cardinals. He's 34% rostered. We'll look at his AAA stats. He only made 1 big league start so far. He was 4-1, 3.13 ERA. He pitched 46 innings, but he had 56 strikeouts in AAA. After a tough first stint in the majors last year, Liberator has made some big strides in the minors this season thanks to an uptick in velocity. Those numbers rewarded with a call up to the big leagues, and he dealt against a Milwaukee Braves team who was horrible against left-handed pitching. Liberator got the win. He went 5 innings, gave only 3 hits. He struck out 6, but still walked 3, but no earned runs. Liberator's Ks per 9 were 10.96 so far this year in the minors, which was a big bump up from the 9.08 Ks per 9 in the minors the year before. The command is still spotty at times, as he had a walks per 9 of 3.33 in AAA. And it's still interesting to see that his ERA was only 3.13 with a home run to fly ball rate at almost 20%. The four-seam fastball for Liberator was 93.8 last season. After just one start, he was up to 95.4. I think that the upside is there, and they said that they're going to be keeping him in the rotation for at least another turn. Maybe he makes a Kyle Wright-esque jump and is valuable for the rest of the season while the Cardinals get hot, someone who can just rack up a lot of wins for your team. And if that is a category that you're playing for, wins, that might be a nice little pickup for someone who's not super highly rostered. It would be dumb to just give up on Liberator. He's still a young kid as well, so I'm going to be picking him up, taking the chance, Matthew Liberator of the Cardinals. We are back on So Rare MLB, the best way to play a nice little alternative with fantasy baseball for free. Now we are going to go into the private contest. We have created one. I'll have the link in the bio. I'll have the link in the comments as well. You're going to get to play against me for a game week. It's going to run from the Mondays to the Thursdays, not this Monday, but the Monday after that. The link will be there ready for you guys to enter into the contest. And the winner of this contest will get a free subscription for the rest of the year for MLB TV. Who doesn't like MLB TV, being able to watch all of the games? You take your cards, we'll play for a single game week, and whoever wins a free subscription to MLB TV. Don't think there's a better way to play for free. Take your players, put them up against me. You'll see how I do. My private contest. Play against me on So Rare MLB, and we'll see how you guys stack up. Thanks again for watching. That is the must add for week 8. Thank you, So Rare. Don't forget to subscribe, join the Discord, and I will see you guys next week.